Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is a short practice for when you just sort of can't be bothered. A yoga practice for when you need a little bit of an energy boost, but you're really struggling with the motivation to even roll out your yoga mat. So if you haven't rolled out your yoga mat and you've just clicked on this video and you're still thinking, I really can't actually be asked to do this, don't worry about getting your mat out, just sit somewhere. Sit on the floor, sit on the sofa, give yourself space and bring the soles of your feet together out in front of you. Give yourself like 1 or 2 hands worth of space between your feet and your body and have a little shuffle, let your feet open out. Relax your shoulders. Take your thumbs to the inner arches of your feet and just gently, or maybe more vigorously if you feel ready for that, press your thumbs along that inside line of your feet. Starting to generate a little bit of energy, a bit of movement, a bit of connection between the mind and the body straight away. And take a really deep, full breath in through your nose. Really try and fill up your lungs. Exhale through your mouth with a sigh. Again, breathing in through your nose fully. Out with a sigh. Once more, breathing in. As you exhale, fold forwards over your legs. Let your head relax. You could gently rock your head a little bit over to one side and then rock your head over the other way. If it feels good, still keep your thumbs sort of pressing and massaging the soles of your feet. If not, you can leave that and just rest your hands on top of your feet. Slowly breathing in and out through your nose now. So already we've done it, we've made it into the yoga practice. I know sometimes it can feel really challenging to make time or find the energy, the motivation, the discipline to stay consistent with your yoga practice. So the hardest part is already done. We've started. We're going to take one more breath here. And then sitting back up, bring your knees together and bring your hands to the back of your thighs. Make sure you've got space behind you, so if you are sitting on a sofa, maybe come down to the ground now. And rock yourself back, kick your feet up in the air and then rock forwards again. Just do this 2 or 3 times. If your back is not happy with this, then you can just lay back and lift your feet up. But if your back is feeling good, take a few more of these, starting to generate a little bit more momentum each time. And then slow it down and roll onto your back, lifting your feet up in the air with your hands just on the back of your thighs, or if you're quite comfy without your hands there, reach your arms up, have a stretch through your arms. Start to circle your ankles. So big, controlled circles with the ankles, either stretching out the arms up overhead or holding on to your legs. You don't have to have straight legs here. If the flexibility is not quite there for you, you could keep a bend in the knees and keep rolling the ankles. Then reverse the circle, take the ankles in the opposite direction. And then with the hands on the backs of the thighs again, I'm going to rock back up and come up to sit. Nice. Swing the legs around, come through to tabletop position onto your hands and knees. So if you are just on the ground without a yoga mat, you might want a cushion or a bit of padding under the knees. Bring your knees to hip distance apart, spread out through your fingers, bring your hands under your shoulders. Take a breath in, lifting your head, looking forwards. Exhale as you round your back. Inhale, slowly looking forwards, lifting your head. Exhale, rounding your back. Once more, breathing in and breathing out. And then coming back to a neutral position with your spine, tuck your toes under. Press with your palms, so really spread out through your hands. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lift your hips up, come all the way up onto your tiptoes and drop your head down. Then inhale, lower your knees down to the mat, come back to tabletop position. Looking forward, lifting the head, inhale. Exhale, lifting the hips up, come onto the tiptoes. Inhale, slowly lowering down to your knees, lift your head to look forwards. Exhale, lift the hips all the way up. Staying here now in downward dog, pedal through your feet, bending one knee and then the other as you sink the heels down towards the ground. You can take any kind of variation, any kind of movement that feels good here. Shaking your head a little bit left to right. Maybe exhaling through the mouth. A couple more of those sighing breaths. And then walk your feet up towards your hands. Bend your knees quite generously and cross your arms, taking hold of opposite elbows. Let your head drop down heavily. Gently rock your arms a little bit left to right as if you were rocking a baby. Then drop your arms down, touch your left fingertips to the ground, bending your knees as much as you need to get there. And then with your right hand, trace a line all the way up your left arm and then reach it all the way up to the ceiling, bending the knees deeply to help you find this big open twist. Breathing here. Take another breath in. Exhale, slowly lower that hand all the way down. Swap the hands, right fingertips to the ground. Using the left hand, trace a line all the way up the right arm and then up to the ceiling, turning to look to the left, again with the knees quite bent. Take another breath in. Exhale, let that arm come down. And then let your arms get really heavy and dangly. Slowly from there, start to roll up into a standing position. Gradually rolling up the spine. As you lift up, reach your arms wide. Bring your hands together overhead. Big overhead stretch. Take a breath in. Exhale, coming all the way down. Forward fold. Drop the left fingertips to the ground. Bend the knees. Inhale, reach right arm all the way up to the ceiling. Big open twist. Exhale, lower that hand down. Swap sides. Right fingertips to the ground. Inhale, sweeping that left arm all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, lowering it back down. Nice. Step your right foot back into a big lunge position. So big step back, stay up on the fingertips, lift your head to look forwards. Rock forwards and backwards on that back foot. And then place your palms down, step through, take a plank position. Inhale. Exhale, lower the knees first. Looking forwards, bend your elbows, slowly lowering your chest all the way to the ground. Point your toes and inhale to lift into cobra. Draw your shoulders back. Exhale, coming down. Now reach your right hand out to the side with the palm facing down, pointing the toes back. Press, turn your head to face towards the left and press with your left palm, rolling onto your right hip. Bend your left knee like this. See if you can reach your left toes all the way over to touch the ground. Big stretch through the back, through the hip, through the chest and shoulder. Take a breath here. Slowly coming back through to the center. And then switching sides, bring the right hand back under the shoulder, left arm out with the palm facing down. Turn your head to the right, start to roll onto your left hip. Try bending your right knee, reaching your right toes up and over towards the ground. And then coming back through to center from there. Bring your hands under your shoulders, lift your way back up to downward facing dog. Take a breath. Looking forwards, just walk your feet up towards your hands. Come to that forward fold position. Dangle your arms down, take a deep breath. Slowly rolling up the spine from there. As your head lifts, reach your arms wide and up overhead. Big stretch up, inhale, palms together. Exhale, forward fold, coming all the way down. Touching fingertips to the ground, left fingertips to the ground, right hand slowly lifting into your twist. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, lowering down. Right fingertips to the ground, left arm lifting, twisting to the left. Inhale. Exhale, lowering it down. Step the left foot back, big lunge position, looking forwards, rocking forwards and backwards on the toes. You might be able to hear my ankle clicking and cracking there. Yours might be doing the same. And then stepping through to plank from there. Take a breath in. Exhale, coming all the way down to the ground. Point the toes, inhale, lifting into cobra. Exhale, coming down. Then come to Sphinx pose. So resting on the forearms, bring your elbows right underneath your shoulders, palms facing down. Press down through your forearms and lift tall through your chest. And just slow your breathing down here. You could close the eyes if you'd like. Big full breath in through the nose, releasing the breath out through the nose as well. Now take your elbows a little wider and let your head come down. Reach your arms round behind your back and interlace your fingers with your palms as close together as you can get them. And squeeze your shoulder blades back in together, imagining you have a pencil between your shoulder blades that you're trying to squeeze and hold in place. Then try lifting your arms away from your body slightly. Feel that big stretch through your shoulders. Point your toes, press your feet down into the ground. So not lifting the legs into locust pose, but just focusing on this shoulder stretch. So your chest and your shoulders are probably up away from the ground here, squeezing the shoulders back in together. If it feels nice, you could try kind of rocking over to one side, let your hands drop in that direction, and then rocking over the other way, only if it feels good. And then release your hands, bring them under your shoulders, slowly lifting to your knees. Bring your big toes together, take the knees wide, and sink down into a child's pose, Balasana. And look at that, we did it. Yoga when we couldn't be bothered. Let's take another deep breath. And then slowly lifting, just coming up to a seated position. Close your eyes just for a moment. Rest your hands wherever is comfortable. Relax your shoulders. And notice how you feel. Often when we come to our yoga mats, when we practice, when we move, we might notice and feel an energetic shift. Some days it will be really obvious, other days it might be more subtle. These postures, these asanas, aligned with the breath, can be a powerful combination for making a real change to how you feel, mentally, emotionally, as well as physically. Bring your palms together in front of your heart in Anjali Mudra. Just honour and acknowledge the fact that you made it through this little practice, that you made time, that you found the energy, the discipline to move your body, to breathe, to practice yoga even when you couldn't be bothered. Take a deep breath. And open your eyes if you had them closed. Well done, and thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this. I know, as I said before, I know from personal experience it can be really tough sometimes to just kind of get over your own mental chatter and just get on your yoga mat and move. I certainly have days where I find it really hard. Often just one short practice can be what it takes to get you back in the rhythm, back in the routine. So if you enjoyed this, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel, leave me comments below, let me know how you got on. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you soon.